I'm not sure of who I am. A name's an arbitrary thing. It can be changed at will. It can change one. Photographs represent some of our most exact memories, though subjective, one-sided, and two-dimensional. Audio and video recordings are more haunting, and they seem to remove a bit more of the immediate future and past surrounding the remembered incident. Another person's memory can be more important. It exists without your immediate influence. But I feel that one has to have some sort of definition, no matter how vague, of who he is. We can feel love without knowing what it is, and this is probably for the best. As adults, we recognize all emotions as memories of the last experience of that emotion. But how do we learn an emotion? By relating physical reactions to that of others who have communicated their physical responses to us? In a language incapable of expressing this communication in terms exact enough so that any two people say a word like love and mean the same thing? Yet it is one of the most commonly used words in our language among our fellow man. Anyway, there are things that, as people, we sometimes feel we need to know, or at least understand enough to be able to speak intelligently about them to someone else. Unless, of course, we trust them to the point where we can remain silent and simply experience. Sometimes I believe she and I hold an edge over others where she's closer to this inertial state of mind when it comes to our relationship. I get the feeling this isn't something you learn, it's something you're born with, or at least develop early. Or maybe it's just something you lose as you grow older. At 24, I feel like I've lost things I didn't think people ever lost in life. When you get older, ideas in life begin to lose their uncomfortable mystique. This sort of trade-off exists to recover fluctuations of mood in people which might otherwise topple what I see as a delicate balance, like a surface tension, like love. Just as the world is not flat, the surface of a glass of water is also convex, as if in anticipation of an opposing force. And so with humans, we expect the end of things we begin, the absence of what we have, and to lose all that we gain. And this, I believe, is the neurosis of human knowledge. This is why we are doomed by our own nature to repeat what historians call mistakes. But what may really be a natural cycle of action made necessary by inaction. It may come out in different forms, and, as I see it, should be guided by human knowledge to its best ends, recognizing at first the inevitability of everything. But like the rising cost of ice cream, I think it's something most of us can learn to live with. I don't know who I am, only what I look like in the mirror at this moment, and I trust it. I have to. I believe in fate, but not as a predetermined series of specific incidents, rather as an inevitable series of vague actions which must fulfill a void created by human patience and indecision over so many years, without an idea of who as a race or animal we really are or should be. This is not a new question, but one everyone should ask, if simply only to be aware of it. As a species, I think we are given a knowledge which is inevitably destructive, because its ability to comprehend itself exists. The consideration of thought is an odd and potentially fragile part of our existence here. It forces us, quite literally, to exist with no sense of what that means, and therefore impels us, I believe, to not exist.